Hello, this is Dr. Janet Hall, and I'm a psychologist and author, hypnotherapist and a sex therapist of over 32 years here in Melbourne, Australia. And I'm here to share with you the resources that I have to offer you if you have sex drive conflicts in your partnership. And this is the area that I find most rewarding for my own satisfaction, and to see couples who come to see me or use my resources, or perhaps even call or Skype, in talking about how usually one person has a higher sex drive than the other. And sadly for some, one person, typically the woman, but more and more I'm seeing the man, has basically switched off their sex drive. So one of the first resources that you might be interested in is the book that I wrote called Sex Life Solutions. And this really is basically very comprehensive in terms of looking at issues such as masturbation, and how a lot of women were never actually given permission by their parents, by their society, by their religion, to be able to access their sexual goddess and feel comfortable about masturbation. And in fact, many of us were told by our parents that, don't touch yourself down there. So some people need to work through the whole of the Sex Life Solutions book, but there is also a chapter on sexual anxiety, and then a section for women and a section for men, and then we get into the couples work. So I'm specifically thinking how to help you with couples work and how to make your sex life the sensational sex life that you deserve. And the very first resource that you could really benefit from is this CD or MP3. And let's face it, MP3s are so much cheaper and easier to get to you instantly now. And Solving Sex Drive Conflicts actually gives you the tools in how to talk about sex. You see, it just never seems to be the right time. No is to talk about sex in the bedroom. That certainly isn't the right time. But once you do find the right time, what words do you use? And sometimes couples just have different ways of communicating those words, which can press those angry buttons, and then what should be a constructive conversation becomes something that's in lots and lots of conflict. So you start with learning how to communicate with each other, and do some exercises which are about affirming what is good in your lovemaking with each other, and what still attracts you and what turns you on, and then inviting your partner into what you would like. And you women, you're the ones who have to really take responsibility for this, and perhaps read some of my my Sex Life Solutions chapter on women stepping out of their good girl and into their sexual goddess, and learning to know what you like and how to ask for it. So solving sex drive conflicts is where you need to start, so that you can identify them and know how to communicate. And once we've done that, then it may be time to actually get into specifics of how to spark up your sex life. So many people get into the humdrum of what they know, and they forget all about that excitement of the novelty, and the when you couldn't wait to tear each other's clothes off. And though I admit that having children is not an aphrodisiac, and that that the time pressures of busy lives and working lives make it much harder, I do highly recommend that you talk together about what things you might like to do, and so How to Spark Up Your Sex Life CD or MP3 will give you many loving ways, and also some cheeky ways that Dr. Jan is not necessarily saying you should do. It's really just a potpourri, a selection of delights that may or may not suit you depending on your personality. And so when people come to see me, I first listen to what they are experiencing now, talk about how did that happen, and then put them on to my resources so that they have a study guide. And I'm not sure what you might expect from a sex therapist, but you really do deserve some direction. Let's face it, you can't be your own partner's therapist, and no matter how qualified one of you may be or think that he or she is, it's so much better to get an independent, objective, well-trained expert in sex therapy who can give you the direction that you deserve and that you probably need. And ultimately then you're going to be working towards what I'm talking about, the university level of sex, which is ecstasy sex. You have to be sort of willing to have explored the everyday, the high school sex of solving sex drive conflicts and how to spark up your sex life. And then you might even be entranced by the chance to explore ultimate orgasms, which is really developed from tantric experts, and I love to study them, though I certainly can't say that I'm a tantric expert. But what they have to offer is really to experience your life as bliss. And why would we want to miss out on that? So please do contact me, and I'll be able to answer all of your questions and give you the direction that you need through my Sex Life Solutions program. So if you'd like to, please just drop me an email at jan@drjanethall.com, or come to my website www.sextherapy.com.au. So I wish you that sensational sex life that you deserve.